Most people underestimate one simple thing: the power of positive thinking. But for Udbath, this single shift changed his entire destiny. This is his story. Udbath was an ordinary 26-year-old guy, working a job he didn't enjoy, waking up every day with the same thought: nothing in my life ever changes. He complained about his work, his finances, his relationships, and even his own abilities. He didn't realize that every negative thought was building a cage around him. One day, after another failure at work, Udbath sat alone on a quiet bench. He felt defeated, lost, and tired of his own life. At that very moment, an old man sat beside him. He looked at Udbath's frustrated face and said, "Your thoughts are writing your future." Udbath frowned. "What do you mean?" he asked. The old man smiled. "If you think negative, you attract negative. But if you think positive, your world transforms. Try it for 7 days," the old man said. "Replace every negative thought with a positive one. Just 7 days." Udbath was skeptical, but something inside him whispered, "What if this actually works?" He decided to try. Day 1 felt hard. Every time he thought, "I can't do this," he replaced it with, "I'll figure it out." When he thought, "Nothing ever works for me," he changed it to, "Everything is working in my favor." And slowly, something inside him shifted. He felt lighter, calmer, and more focused. At work, instead of feeling defeated, he approached tasks with the thought, "I can learn this." Udbath slowly opened his eyes to a new morning. But this time, something felt different. The heaviness was still there, but the fear wasn't, because he had a new skill: the power to stop a negative thought and replace it with a positive one. He whispered to himself, "Today, I choose possibility." That one sentence felt like switching on a light inside a dark room. His mind wasn't perfect yet, but it was awake. As he walked to work, the old thoughts tried to return. What if I fail again? But he took a breath and practiced the rule Maya taught him: pause, shift, and choose better. Even if I fail, I grow. That single thought changed everything. The sky looked a little brighter. His steps felt a little lighter. And for the first time in months, he felt hope. At the office, challenges still came. Deadlines were tight. Meetings were stressful. And people still doubted him. But he no longer reacted with fear. He responded with clarity. When someone criticized his work, he didn't break. He simply told himself, "Feedback helps me improve." And because of that shift, his work got better, fast. Weeks passed. And slowly, almost quietly, Udbath began transforming. Not because life got easier, but because his thoughts became stronger. He became the one people turned to whenever they felt stuck or overwhelmed. His positivity wasn't loud. It was calm, steady, and powerful. One day, his boss called him in. Udbath expected criticism. But instead, his boss smiled and said, "Your attitude changes the whole team. We want you to lead the new project." Udbath felt his eyes fill with tears. Months ago, he couldn't even lead himself. But now, his positive thinking had become his greatest strength. And people could see it. That night, Udvath sat by his window, watching the city lights shimmer. He whispered softly, "Thank you, Maya, for teaching me how to choose my thoughts." He realized something important. Positive thinking doesn't erase problems. It simply makes you stronger than the problems you face. It gives you a new lens to see possibilities. And with that power, Udvath rebuilt his life. His career ascended. His health improved. His relationships deepened. Not because life changed, but because he did. He now woke up every morning with the same mantra. Today, I choose positivity. Today, I choose strength. Today, I choose growth. And over time, that daily choice shaped his reality. Because the mind is the most powerful tool we possess. Train it, and your life transforms. Udvath looked back at the version of himself who used to drown in negativity. And he felt gratitude, because that version was the reason he learned the power of positive thinking. So wherever you are today, whatever you're facing, remember this: a single positive thought can change the direction of your entire life. Choose positivity. Not because it's easy, but because it makes you unstoppable. Just like it did for Udvath.